a riddle, my dear friends. What's something we all experience all the time that we can't really measure and barely have words to define? You can't hold it in your hands or take a bite out of it. It isn't something we practice or learn. It just is. Consciousness. Every science has certain concepts that are so fundamental yet abstract that we have a hard time finding the appropriate words to describe them. Ask a physicist and they'll tell you energy and space defy simple definitions. Biologists know if something is alive but have a harder time explaining what life actually is. Ask a psychologist what consciousness is, and you'll get slippery answers. For the purpose of this conversation, we're actually going to loosely define consciousness. Consciousness is an organism's awareness of its own self and surroundings, while unconscious mind consists of the processes in the mind which occur automatically and are not available to introspection, and include thought processes, memories, interests, and motivation. Consciousness is divided into three levels. The first level is the high level of awareness. It is a controlled process where the person has high awareness and focused attention, which interferes with other ongoing activities. The second level is the middle level of awareness. It is an automatic process where the person is aware but require minimal attention, generally do not interfere with other ongoing activities. This is the first part of the middle level of awareness. So it also includes daydreaming. Where there is low awareness and conscious effort between active consciousness and dreaming. The third level, also the last one, is minimal or no awareness. It includes unconscious mind and being unconscious. Being unconscious, which is the lowest level of awareness due to head injuries, disease, anesthesia, during surgery or coma. As for unconscious mind, yeah.
This is the summary of the levels of consciousness.
So now we're gonna talk about sleep and dreams. Sleep is a natural state of rest for both the body and mind that involves the reversible loss of consciousness. There are 5 stages of sleep. During the first stage, the person may experience sudden muscle movements called myoclonic jerks, like sleep lasting up to 10 minutes. Its EEG is characterized by theta waves, which is in low frequency and low amplitude. This can be observed when a person's head starts nodding while dozing off in class. During the second stage, muscle activity decreases and the person is no longer conscious of the environment. However, when awakened at this stage, the individual is still able to wake up. Theta waves continue. Deeper sleep characterized by occasional sleep spindles, which is brief high-frequency waves, lasting up to 20 minutes. In the third stage, the person is in deep sleep with progressively more muscle relaxation and emergence of delta waves, which is slower and higher amplitude, lasts up to 40 minutes. It's difficult to wake the person up because they'll feel groggy and might not engage.
During the fourth stage, the person is in deep sleep and it is more difficult to wake the person up in this stage. Larger delta waves continue and slow brain waves occur. It's nearly impossible to wake a person up during this stage. The fifth stage is the REM or rapid eye movement sleep. It is an active stage of sleep during which dreaming occurs. You can see the movement of the eyes during this stage. EEG patterns of REM shows fast wavelengths similar to those who are awake. It lasts for the first 10 minutes in the first sleep cycle of the night and up to 1 hour in the night.
So next, we're gonna talk about sleep disorders. Sleep disorders are changes in the way you sleep. They can affect your overall health, safety, and quality of life. There are many types of sleep disorders. So the first of them is, why are you standing here? Oh my god, what happened to you?
I haven't slept in the past few days.
Oh, that. So this is the first type of sleep disorder. It is called insomnia.
Insomnia is habitual sleeplessness, which means the inability to sleep. There are a few types of insomnia. There's transient insomnia, acute insomnia, and chronic insomnia. Transient insomnia occurs when symptoms last from a few days to a few weeks. Acute insomnia, also called short-term insomnia, persists for several weeks, while chronic insomnia lasts for months and sometimes years.
There are several signs and symptoms for insomnia. It is difficult to fall asleep at night. You'll always wake up during the night and earlier than desired. You can't focus and concentrate in class or at work, and you will always have headache all the time. Oh, hi, Xingyan! This is the second type of sleep disorder.
Narcolepsy is a neurological disorder characterized by the brain's inability to control sleep or wakefulness cycles. People with narcolepsy suffer from chronic daytime sleepiness and episodes in which they fall asleep unexpectedly during the day. These sleep attacks can occur at any time during any activity. The symptoms of narcolepsy are excessive daytime sleepiness, also known as EDS, sleep paralysis, cataplexy, hallucinations, and disturbed nocturnal sleep. Sleep apnea is a common disorder in which you have one or more pauses in breathing or shallow breaths while you sleep. There are two types of sleep apnea, which is central sleep apnea and obstructive sleep apnea. If you have sleep apnea, your airway can become partially or fully blocked. Not enough air flows into your lungs if your airway is partially or fully blocked during sleep. As a result, loud snoring and a drop in your blood oxygen level can occur. Symptoms of sleep apnea include snoring, choking, or pausing during sleep, sleepiness during the day, and morning headaches, memory or learning problems, concentration problems, feelings of irritability, depressed, or having mood swings or personality changes, high blood pressure, nighttime sweating, decreased libido, waking up frequently to urinate, having dry mouth or sore throat when waking up, and hyperactivity. Night terrors are the episodes of screaming, intense fear, and flailing while still asleep. It is often paired with sleepwalking. Like sleepwalking, Night terrors are considered as a parasomnia, which is an undesired occurrence during sleep. The signs and symptoms of night terrors are sit up in bed, scream or shout, kick and thrash, sweat, breathe heavily and have a racing pulse, be hard to awaken, but if awakened, be confused, be inconsolable, stare wide-eyed, get out of bed and run around the house, engage in aggressive behavior. The last sleep disorder will be sleepwalking. Sleepwalking is a sleep disorder characterized by walking or other activity while seemingly still asleep. Other names for it are walking during sleep and somnambulism. There are drugs that help sleep disorders, which is psychoactive drugs. Psychoactive drugs are generally defined as chemicals that change conscious awareness or perception. There are 4 major categories of psychoactive drugs, which is depressants, stimulants, opiates, and hallucinogens. Depressants, also called downers, are psychoactive drugs that depress the central nervous system to suppress or slow bodily processes and reduce overall responsiveness, causing relaxation, sedation, loss of consciousness, and even death. However, it helps people suffering from sleep disorders to sleep better because depressants help to reduce tension, make people drowsy, and relax the muscles. Stimulants, also called uppers, are drugs that act on the brain and nervous system to increase its overall activity and responsiveness. It produces alertness, excitement, elevated mood, decreased fatigue, and sometimes increased motor activity. It may be used to keep narcoleptics awake, but may also lead to serious problems. Opiates, also known as narcotics, are drugs that help to numb the senses and give people a sense of euphoria and relaxation. Thus, they are usually used to relieve pain. However, it is easy to get addicted to opiates, which may result in the person going through a painful and dangerous withdrawal. Hallucinogens are drugs that will cause sensory or perceptual distortions, which includes visual, auditory, and kinesthetic hallucinations. They can be found in some plants and mushrooms. They can also be man-made. For centuries, people have used it for recreational purposes, relaxation, and also in religious rituals. Since there are many people suffering in sleep disorder, how can we sleep better? There are many ways to prevent sleep disorders. You can exercise during the day, find means of support from friends and family, or even get an one-on-one counseling with a counselor. Other than that, you can avoid drinks with caffeine after lunch, drink a glass of warm milk at bedtime, avoid alcohol and drugs, and avoid or minimize stress, anxiety, and conflict. You can also prevent sleep disorders by using the meditation method and the hypnosis method. Meditation is a group of techniques designed to refocus attention, block out all distractions, and produce an alternate state of consciousness. Success in meditation requires controlling the mind's natural tendency to wander. Some meditation techniques involve body movements and postures. In other techniques, the meditator remains motionless, attending to a single focal point, like gazing at the stimulus, observing the breath, or silently repeating a mantra. Hypnosis is a trance-like state of heightened suggestibility, deep relaxation, and intense focus. It is characterized by one or more of the following. First, narrowed, highly focused attention. Second, increased use of imagination and hallucinations. Third, a passive and receptive attitude. Fourth, decreased responsiveness to pain. And the last one, heightened suggestibility.
So this is the last of our video. Thank you all for watching. Bye!
Audio Jungle。
3，开始。
其实吧，我并不想成为植物人，如果直接撞死是比较好。但是吧，我又不愿意将躺，毕竟没人刷锅洗碗，我也不是很想动。今天晚上不要吃饭好了，要不我们回去喝点醋，水果茶怎么样
1、2、3。
看一下吧，我也不知道我应该看
什么东西？
我不知道。
我就一直在看他，
对，我们就看着他loading，对，是吧？对吧？
好尴尬的这个场
好
景。
尴尬呀，真的很尴尬。看到你多久了呀？
3。